I see this is the one that I forgot from the last time, huh? Okay, good solid performance in the opener. Did a lot of positive things. Liked the way our defense swarmed to the ball, put pressure on the quarterback, TFLs. Offensively strung together 4 straight drives that averaged 75 yards, 11-plus plays, 3 straight touchdowns, and then a field goal. We hit that halfback pass, which we normally do in practice, and we're looking at 4 TDs. But had a couple clunker drives there at the end of the third quarter, fourth quarter offensively. Penalties, obviously, too many on offense. Got to cut those out. I think we had 7 second 11 pluses and 6 third and 11 pluses. Some were 17, 21. So things that we can teach on tape, obviously, all correctable. Last drive of the second quarter, crucial missed assignment on 3rd and 5. We should have that play nailed dead. Guy didn't do what he was supposed to do, but like the way we came out. So we didn't finish the second half the way we want to finish the second half. That's always a point of emphasis. But we did start the third quarter by stopping them and driving down the field, and we ended up kicking a field goal. Should have scored a touchdown. So special teams was solid, and I thought the effort was good. And we're excited to play again Friday.
Zach, on your left, and Matt.
You talk about the defense, but just how encouraging is it to see so many different guys getting involved in that disruptiveness? You talk about tackles for lost sacks. It felt like it wasn't just maybe 1 or 2 guys making plays.
That's what I'm used to seeing, to be honest with you. That's kind of how we play defense. We like to pride ourselves on being real fast and physical and disruptive up front and creating a lot of different looks for the defense and being really good against the run. I think we gave up 53 yards rushing, less than 200 total yards. And we've always been really good against the run and had TFLs and sacks. So it was nice to see that carry over with this group. And we've added faces and to the defense, and a lot of guys did get involved, like you said.
Matt, on your left, and Ms.
Coach, a lot of times in week 1, it seems like one of the things that teams struggle with is tackling. Live, it looked like you guys tackled pretty well. When you guys went back and watched the film, is that what you saw? And I guess how pleased were you with that?
Yeah, we did tackle well, and we swarmed to the ball and had multiple hats, and we didn't tackle in fall camp and only once in the spring. So there you go. But a lot to build on.
Ms. and Seth.
Yeah, Curt, you mentioned bringing a lot of new guys in on defense. 2 returners. I wanted to ask you about Josh Cignetti and Isaiah Jones. What did they do to earn your trust? Josh obviously had a starting role, but Isaiah only played in 4 career games, kind of in the rotation at linebacker. What have they done to kind of stand out for you and earn those roles?
Well, I think everybody on this team is sort of starts with a clean slate and evaluated daily, in season, out season. But once we start practice, and particularly fall camp, day in, day out practice, and who earns the right to be on the field. So those guys have done well and earned that right, and we need them to play well throughout the whole season.
Seth, on your left, and Todd.
Yeah, Curt, as the game was coming down the wire in the fourth quarter, up by 3 scores, the clock was winding down. It seemed like you were still, airing the ball out a little bit, and you went for it on 4th down there. Do you kind of view situations like that in non-conference as like live practice reps almost? And I guess how do you balance that against like injury risk?
Yeah, we were still in attack mode because at that point we weren't really satisfied with how we had played since really our last touchdown drive. Even the one we went down, kicked the field goal, we weren't pleased that we had to settle for a field goal. So, and there were some missed opportunities out there, and some of them, sometimes we got behind the sticks because of penalties, and so we wanted to keep attacking.
Todd in front and Daniel.
Curt, it's the first time it's been relevant to ask you about this, but what are your thoughts about playing college football on Friday nights? Here in Indiana, high school football is a big deal. All 3 of the local schools are playing at home here in Bloomington. It's a short week for you two. What are your thoughts on playing college football on Fridays?
I mean, I've played Thursday, I've played Friday, I've played Saturday. So we just get ready to play them when we're asked to play them.
Daniel, exactly.
Yeah, you mentioned the number of looks that you all can throw. I want to say you guys had a lot of role flexible players. I want to say I saw Mikhail working inside, outside. Josh and Sean kind of felt like they could kind of play low, play high. When you guys are in that process of trying to scheme and plan, how important is it having those role flexible players?
That's real important, and Bryant does a great job along with the defensive staff of creating different packages and week to week based on teams' tendencies, what they think puts us in the best position to be successful. So, those guys have to be versatile, but part of being a safety is being able to play low and be a run force guy and play deep and stop the pass, and that's where it helps to have intelligent guys defensively, because it is a heavy plate where they've got to learn some things, and there's checks built in to formations and et cetera.
Zach beating the Jet.
Coach, your longest passing play on Saturday was 30 yards, and that was kind of a broken play. It was a lot of checkdowns, screens, RPO type stuff. Was that a byproduct of the opponent? Is that something you guys are looking to do, get the ball in rhythm?
No, we should have had 2 post touchdowns. The one we hit Cooper on the deep cross probably should have gone to the post. He's open. We didn't throw it. No, we did throw the post later in the game to Anderson Kobe, who's open, and we got to use the field and lay it out there. That should have been touchdown too. We had some other down the field opportunity chunks that we just didn't convert on.
Jet, and you're right to Pete.
You had to get a lot of guys playing time on Saturday, especially late in the game. Was there anyone that really stuck out to you that you thought made the most of their opportunities?
Well, I thought they all played hard. Overall, Aiden Fisher, we thought really played well. A number of guys played well on defense. I liked the way the running backs ran the ball on offense, and Carter Smith played well up front. Zach Horton did a good job. I liked the way we kicked off. McCormick, I thought, was excellent on kickoffs. So we got some young guys in there at the end. Landino saw some action, and Hardy saw some action at linebacker. And that was, good to see. So continue to try to build some depth.
Pete and Ken.
Coach, over here. Just your thoughts on the offensive line. You did get some young guys in there. I think maybe 4 guys had their college debut on the offensive line, just the way you thought they played.
Yeah, did a nice job, rushed for 240 yards. Thought we ran the ball effectively, averaged about 6 yards a rush. And pass pro, we had a couple issues, but nothing that's not correctable there. So, we're not real deep there on the offensive line. We can go probably 6 deep with veteran guys, 7. So we've got to keep progressing.
Ken in the back and Jack.
Yeah, a veteran in Donovan McCulley who's played a lot of football but only got to play a half in the opener. How frustrating is that you weren't able to see him out more in game action? And just how does it hurt him to not be able to get those game reps in this new system?
Well, I don't get frustrated when a guy gets hurt because it's next man up, and I don't have time to think about that. We got him in there, and he was playing fast, doing a nice job, and took a hit and, was ruled out. And so he'll be anxious to get back, and I'll be anxious to get him back.
Jack in front of Zion.
I'm curious, what's kind of your process of reviewing the game with the quarterbacks, and how did you feel like Curtis, what do you feel like he took away from that game, and
Right.
what do you take away from that too?
Yeah, well, I always come in early and look at ODK, and then when we come in as a staff Sunday morning, the offensive staff will watch it together, defensive staff will watch teams together. I may cut out a few plays I watched with the defense. This past week I didn't. But in terms of the quarterback coach and Tino coach, tonight Curtis will review the tape with Tino, and that's how we did. And I thought he did a nice job. He made some plays when he was under pressure, getting out of the pocket, and made a throw or two, and threw the ball fairly well. He missed a couple reads, but I thought it was good first time out for him.
Zion, second row middle, then Owen.
Curt, you talked about the 80 penalty yards you guys had. In this week of prep, just what goes into correcting that?
Well, now you can teach it off tape and the consequence of having a holding penalty and how it puts you behind the chains. And we got to get better with our hand placement. We got to get our hands inside. They can't be outside. So, that's always a concern going into the first game. We don't have officials at every practice like some people do. So you harp on it during fall camp, but sometimes it takes a consequence to get the result.
Owen, second row right, and this.
Yeah, Curt, just liking to spread the ball around, but also getting production from your running backs. What goes into the offensive game plan? Is there anything specific that you guys really wanted to kind of nail in this first week?
Well, I mean, every week, we're going to put our best run game plan together based on the opponent, what we're seeing schematically. And then we've always tried to play three backs, keep them fresh. And I thought Elijah Green did a nice job because Kalon Black, ham was a little tight. So we held him precautionary after he ran down on kickoff, I think had one carry. And I thought all those guys did a nice job.
His last one.
Yeah, I mean, follow up on Donovan. Do you anticipate him being available for this week, or at least did he avoid something serious like long term?
I think we'll have him back soon. Right now, I'd say it's more day to day.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you. All right, guys.